study. If you've been shopping on Etsy recently, you might have noticed that not all the items listed were crafted by humans. How is that possible? These products are made with generative AI, and unfortunately, they seem to be selling well. According to a study conducted by researchers at UCLA and Stanford, when the technology is introduced to the website, total image sales increased by 39%, but non-Gen AI image sales fell substantially. It sounds good for the platform, but it's yours to suffer. I come here today to tell you about how usage of Gen AI leads to job cuts in the creative arts and the entertainment industry. With animation in particular being vulnerable to this phenomenon, I myself am a budding artist whose future prospects are being threatened by the software. I can't fathom being replaced by a robot before I'm even hired. With that said, we're going to discuss how this is hurting artists, who is shilling this, and what we can do about it. So, let's get started, shall we? Generative AI is creeping into every aspect of our lives. But I want to focus today on its negative impact on jobs in the entertainment industry. An article on Yahoo Finance already confirms that 6,700 jobs in that sector have been cut in LA County alone. And I quote, over 90% of all employment declines recorded across the region's information industry. The Amazon company, for example, has embraced AI with open arms, despite the fact that it's making billions and trillions of dollars a year already and has a reputation for treating its warehouse employees poorly. The company has started a Gen AI fund for creators, even though multiple artists have spoken out against it. This includes Lauren Brandt, whose Good Advice Cupcake series was turned into an AI cartoon against her will. She says that when she learned about this, I quote here, it felt like my intestines are being pulled out of my body. It isn't just original content, but also foreign properties that are being translated that Amazon is forcing this AI on. This includes Japanese animated television series Banana Fish, which in lieu of human actors used generated robot voices. And even though the dub would ultimately be pulled due to poor reception, the studio is still going forward with using AI in other aspects of production. This may seem like an effective cost-cutting solution, but ultimately, this is going to result in a lot of creatives being put out of work. Professional voice actor Damon Mills openly called out Amazon on Twitter, directly asking them, was a queer trauma narrative handed to a machine because paying real actors too hard? And that begs another question. Who is forcing this law upon an audience that doesn't really want it? The answer is those who can monetarily benefit from it, and it's not the artists. CEOs and Silicon Valley figures are flooding the market with Gen AI content in order to make as much money for as little cost as possible. Ultimately, all so they can drive up profits for their shareholders. First, it's easier to just press a button to make art instead of paying someone to do it. After all, AI can never ask for a raise or deadline extension, and you can never get hungry or die before it can fill a prompt. It will also never threaten to quit or go on strike. And speaking of, Gen AI is also an appealing alternative to, union negotiations, something companies are often loath to do. I don't believe it's a coincidence that widespread usage of AI really started going in 2023 when the Hollywood writers' strike was ongoing. Before AI, you had to sit down and settle with your employees in order to get them to make your products. But with AI, you don't have to do that anymore. And unions like SAG-AFTRA have identified AI as a threat to their livelihoods. Finally, the people touting this tech do not respect artists, plain and simple. Those in STEM fields have traditionally looked at the humanities as lesser. And the same holds true here. Animation in particular is thankless, costing time, money, and hands. And when AI can replicate that easily, you can imagine it's quite unpopular with artists. So what do we do in the face of this endless deluge? Not all hope is lost. We must make Gen AI as unpopular as possible. We must move away from a mainstream that prioritizes machines over people and go towards independent creators. In our capitalist society, the best way to get rid of something is by denying its creators any financial or social rewards. And that can mean spending your money on those who actively avoid using AI, like I did. This poster, for example, I bought this with my money. Same with this plushie. And there are so many other properties out there that need your help. Knights of Guinevere, for example, needs a lot of viewership after being greenlit for a full series. Even if you don't have the money to spend on merch, just liking and subscribing can make all the difference. It's the audience who decides what gets canceled and what succeeds. The Amazing Digital Circus was a box office smash when it had a theatrical release for its final episode, making $40 million. Meanwhile, the Amazon Fund, one of the series greenlit, Punky Duck, got canceled after a massive backlash, which created Jorge Gutierrez leaving Amazon's project. He go on to state, "My sincerest apology to those I upset. I promise to do better moving forward." And Banana Fish additionally would also be rescued by Netflix and given an English dub with actual human actors to be released this August. This proves that despite insistence of Gen AI being the future, we want humans to make our art. And we can get rid of this machine-produced content if we try hard enough. That doesn't give you invitation to harass anyone you suspect is using Gen AI, though, especially if you don't have proof. I have seen many campaigns going after authors accused of using ChatGPT to write their novels, many of those targeted being women and minorities. And let's not forget that Gen AI detecting software is notorious for false positives. Do you think this is going to help someone publish their art? I don't think so. Just be kind. Shouting at someone on the internet is never going to help. Let's wrap things up. We must stop Gen AI from replacing artists. It steals jobs, it's poor quality, and those who benefit from it are usually those who already have a lot of money, but that doesn't mean we have to accept it. It's time to log off and buy local. Trust me, your friendly neighborhood artist will thank you. Good night, everyone.